Welcome back, everybody, to another Queen Bees. Hopefully, subscribe, like, comment, share to friends and loved ones. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get back to the game. We're so close to the ending, man. I can feel it. Exhausted, I throw myself backwards into the white earth and stare up into the black sky. Brandy remains seated at the table, scrutinizing the complete game. A stalemate, huh? Damn it, it's worse than losing because it means they're equals. That was the best I could do. Really? If it went for the possibility of a draw, chess would be the perfect game. We should. No. I'm not playing you again. I'm burnt out. Brandy gets up from her seat and stands over my soup. I'm gonna search this word real quickly. Sorry, everybody. Give me like a couple of seconds here. Supine.
Supine.
Supine. Okay. Brandy gets up from her seat and stands over my supine form. There we go. We can call it my loss if you want. I'm feeling pretty defeated. No, you fought valiantly. In fact, for the you who did his utmost to defeat me, I have a little present. That's the. I reach up towards a string of carved beads Brandy is holding above me. She's holding them just out of my reach, and I find myself back on my feet again before I notice a triumphant grin on her face. Just like a dog. Here. Brandy takes my hand and presses the rosary into it. When you get out of here, you can give it to that girl. I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll probably never see her again. Why? Did she go away somewhere? That's odd. I was sure she had a thing for you. Not that they have any interest in other people's love lives. She's going back to Casper. Among other reasons, she's going to break our mutual curse by destroying that sword. What? We're all in agreement on that point. The sword has to go. I'm not disputing that. That's not the point. What is it then? Why are you so mad all of a sudden? It's her, that girl, Switch. There's no way I'm going to let her do me the favor of breaking the curse. There's no way I could live with that shame. I've got to get out of here after all. I live on my own terms. With that declaration, Brandy turns on her heel. Sorry, there's like mosquitoes like under my somewhere here flying beneath the table. With that declaration, Brandy turns on her heel and stomps resolutely away from the mill and into the featureless wasteland. Where are you going? Where do you think? What are you waiting for? Come on, Otto. You do know my name. Have you just been screwing with me this whole time? Oh, she is screwing with you, alright. Mentally. I have to half run to keep with Brandy's long stride. She presses on towards wherever it is she's going. She seems to have some idea and I have none, so there's nothing else I can do. Damn. I guess in the desert with a horse with a name named Otto. I don't know. This is a horrible song, man. Horrible ad lib. Before long, however, our destination impresses itself upon me. Through a parting into towering clouds, I see it. It's an incomprehensible gigantic crescent of the deepest blue suspended in the sky, like the single masterful brushstroke of some titanic painter using the black void of the heavens as their canvas. Wow. That description of Earth? Beautiful. Damn. Artistically. Like an artist. This is our world? I believe so. The night is coming to an end, so we should be able to see our lovely land of Byron soon. Then we're on the moon. No, that can't be right. There's a new moon tonight, so we'd be in total darkness, so I think it's best if we don't worry about it too much. It's probably something beyond the ken of us mere mortals. Even if you say that, how are we supposed to get from here, wherever here is, to there? If we keep moving forward, the answer will reveal itself. But a base is superstition, but... Damn, yeah, it might actually... I mean, either you go around in circles, or you taunt the beast. And I'm done without a fully formed brain. Wait, did I read that correctly? Yeah. Even if we're not on the moon, surely we're on some kind of spherical celestial body. We'll just end up back where we started. Do you hear that? Yes, on the very edge of my hearing. What is it? What is it? A song? Either that or the sword is like talking to us. One more dream then. Or maybe not a dream. Maybe a pure memory. This might be my earliest memory. I'm very small, practically a baby. Someone, a woman, is softly murmuring a song. My head is resting on the woman's lap and I'm looking towards the door which has just opened. On the threshold is a man and a boy of about 10. He must have been out checking the traps as the boy is carrying an unmoving rabbit with a proud but solemn expression in his face. I have no trouble recognizing that overly grave countenance. I'm looking at a brother. Then the man standing next to him is... And the woman upon whose lap my head is resting is... Aww. Let's go to Brownwin. I kind of want to see what's happening. Ah, you tricked me. Let me out. No, I'm doing this for your own good. You have to get some sleep or you're not going to last. But her beastliness is... I look after her. Just go to bed, okay? Brownwin, I'll be back in a couple of hours to check on you, and you'd better be asleep when I do. I move away from the door behind which RB is now securely trapped. Feeling guilty despite acting in her best interest, I feel like I'm bullying some helpless small animal. I wonder if Echo didn't suggest this simply because she thought it would be funny. Shaking off these doubts, I make my way back to the room of my similarly helpless little sister. Ah! Not so loud. You're awake. How are you feeling? What did I just say? Oh, sorry. What? Water. Ah, here. Refusing the cup, Brandy snatches the whole pitcher from me with a shaky grasp and brings it to her mouth, tipping the contents down with a succession of great gulps. Slow down, Brandy. You'll make yourself sick again. Give it a rest. I could hardly feel any worse right now. I feel like a corpse. She reaches over to the hand mirror on the bedside table and inspects her haggard reflection. I look like a corpse. Replacing the mirror, she buries her face in her hands, then runs her fingers through her thick hair. I knew I shouldn't have come back. Come back? From where? I was talking to the younger brother. The younger... Otto? That's the one. He's an interesting boy. Not in the slightest bit cute, but rather interesting. We played some chess and then went for a little stroll. When we were gazing upon the world, we heard this song. Gazing upon the world, you still haven't explained where you were. After that, it felt like I had become a child again. You were there, and Mother and Father and Ozzy and even Uncle Darius. For a brief, perfect moment, I thought it had all been nothing more than a horrible nightmare. I probably could have gone on believing that until I saw my wrist. The scar where my hand had been severed was still there. Scar? I followed Brandy's gaze down to her wrist, which mysteriously bears a ragged off-color band around its circumference where there was no trace of a wound before. I could feel something tugging strongly in the scar, like it wasn't a scar at all, but a manacle attached to a chain. But then, here I was, lying in bed, feeling like I just come back from the dead. I guess it really was a chain, huh? You can't stay in the past, you're bound to the present no matter what. Well, it was just a dream. I thought I was as happy back then as I like to think I was. Brandy's chest shudders as she squeezes out one of her sad barking laughs. Yeah, I doubt it, but there's no way to go back and find out. Mother and Father are gone, but we're still here, Brandy. They'd want us to keep living. What am I supposed to live for exactly? I've already taken my revenge. I drank my fill of it, and it left me totally empty. This is why it is. I think revenge is good. But you have to think, what do you do after it? Before you commit to it. Right? Because after it, it's empty. You're done. You're purposeless. You've made your entire being to one thing. Correct? Did I bring you here simply to share this emptiness with you, sister? You can express those nihilistic sentiments all you like, but the core around which those feelings form isn't something you can share, not with me, nor with anyone else. In the same way, the happiness I found after a mutual loss isn't something I can share with you. You really are conceited. I don't want it. Even the twin sister is a stranger ultimately. But I'm glad you don't pity me, Brioni. I won't say it's not cruel and arbitrary that our fates were apportioned, but what's happened has happened. It simply can't be helped. Fate, huh? Fate. I can't go on blaming fate for the life I've lived until now. I could have just easily found my own happiness, but I didn't. I'm the product of my own decisions and nothing else. So I'm going to take full responsibility for those decisions. I read that incorrectly. Brandy, you don't have to worry about anything for now except recovering from your illness. Everything else can wait. What? How long have I been bedridden for? About 2 weeks, but 2 weeks and 20 years of being a bone idle bitch. I think that's long enough already. That's how it works. Brandy makes a dismissive gesture with her hand and slides out of bed. Before I can stop her, she's still clad in only her underwear, crosses the room, pulls the door open, and vigorously steps through. Only to immediately crash into whoever was standing on the other side with enough momentum to knock them both of their feet and into a tangle in the floor. What? You? Brandy? What was that noise? Araby, how did you... Pervert! Araby, who just appeared at the balcony, did she climb out of the window, grab something, and hurls it across the room at one of the figures already on the floor of the corridor? Yeah. And strikes him squarely in the brow with a resounding bong. Ozzy! Your business! Following after the water pitcher that is what she casts, Araby throws herself into Brandy, who is still trying to disentangle herself from the stricken Oswald, for it was he with whom she collided. Doesn't help matters. You're alive! I'm alive, alright? I think you might have just killed Ozzy, though. Oh, what a pity that would be. Araby's face, which goes unseen by Brandy, is truly unsettling as she mutters these words. Is this going to be alright? It's still weirdly lively up here, huh? I'm ready to leave, Brownin. I've just come to say goodbye. What about Otto? That is... Wait. You, don't just ignore me. Brandy makes an unsuccessful attempt to pry Araby away from her chest and stand up. We have some business to discuss before you skulk off. Business? Yes, business in the literal sense. I'm in no condition to cross swords with you at present. I can see that. Perhaps once you've concluded your current engagement? Switch and Otto. He's back, boys. The high noon sun shining directly on my closed eyes is what finally rouses me from my deep slumber. I sit up and look around. It appears as though I've returned to the world of the living. The day is well underway. I'm in the same spot where I parted ways with Switch. Naturally, she's nowhere to be seen. That was some dream, is what I'm inclined to say, but the hard object pressing into my tightly clenched fist gives me cause to reconsider my words. I uncurl my fingers and stare in mute astonishment at the string of bone beads sitting on my open palm. Surely some act of magic placed it there. There's no reasonable explanation as to why else I should have it. But who wrought the magic and why? I can answer the second question at least. I'm supposed to give it to Switch. Switch. She's probably long gone by now. I mutter these pessimistic words, and no sooner have I done so, no sooner have they reached my ears, than I feel a shock of self-loathing wash over me like a freezing ocean wave. With such force does it strike me that I practically lose my balance. I struggle frantically to my feet as if to save myself from drowning. What? What a small and mean spirit I have! By some miracle, for that is how I shall think of it, I'm holding this rosary in my hands, this token of some unknown person's deep, pious faith. In spite of this, I have the temerity to utter such faithless words. Damn my soul! I feel as though I could pace about on this hillside and continue to chastise myself all day, and such is the staggering depth of my stupidity and ignorance, but... Sorry, coughed. I have a place I need to be. I turn and begin running back towards the city as far as my twisted leg will carry me. I just checked we were recording. That scared the crap out of me. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I'm not running because I'm in a hurry, I just feel like it. As I run back towards the place, I laugh without restraint like some joyous fool. I really must insist you take it. For the last time, no. My hunch that Switch would be leaving on a dragon wasn't the mark. She's the type who will travel in style when she can, after all. I find her along with everyone else, including the awakened Brandy at the palace's roost. Under the disinterested gaze of half a dozen dragons, she appears to be locked in an argument with our host. In that case, give me back my sword. I'll destroy it myself. I can't do that either. Otto? Hello, Otto. Where have you been? You weren't at the inn. He was probably stymieing his sorrows in the bosom of some voluptuous harlot. Hey? Otto, as your big sister, I wasn't. Okay, Otto, remember, I believe in you. She doesn't look like she believes in me at all. Damn you, Echo. Anyway, what's going on here? What are those two fighting about? She's trying to pay me, huh? It's now that I notice the object Brandy is carrying in her hand, a familiar drawstring bag. I'm not going to give this a satisfaction of destroying that sword. Wait a minute. Gratis? The gratitude? It would tarnish my honor or something. Honor? Since when have you had any honor? I don't like it either, but I'm going to have to conduct myself in a more honorable fashion from now on. So she says, punctuating this outburst with a childish stomp of her foot. I move over to Switch and draw her to one side. I think you should take the gold, Switch. I can't. This isn't a job like all the others. It's personal. It's a personal matter. Brandy is trying to take responsibility for her decisions, just like you are. She's just being prideful. I don't think that's entirely true. I think she'd prefer see to this matter herself, but since there's so much that has to be done here in Byron, she's got no choice but to entrust it to you. I understand your feelings, Switch. Isn't that enough? Switch walks back over to Brandy and takes the bag from her, and then hands it straight back. Make your mind up. Due to a certain mishap that occurred during this excursion, I happen to owe the Adventurers Guild a dragon. I'm buying one of these guys from you. Let's see, how about that swift-looking chap with the green scales? Do we have a deal? Deal. Their business apparently concluded, the two women shake hands, or rather, it's more as though each is trying to crush others in a vice-like grip. Suddenly, Brandy leans in towards Switch and speaks to her in a low voice. I'm probably the only one close enough to overhear her. But our score won't truly be settled until we meet again in battle, Sasserine of Casper. How did you... You might have been mistaken for a guileless brute, but my military victories have always been built on the gathering of intelligence. You should be careful. Your true identity is not as well kept a secret as you believe it to be. Brandy pulls away from Switch and graces the two of us with a jeery smile. Well then, it's sayonara until next time, princess. Come on, Otto, give the thing. Farewell, Switch the Scathe? You tried, brother. It may be beyond my abilities, but I'll try to keep an eye on the guild for you. Thank you, Oswald, but before that, make sure you keep an eye on Otto, yeah? Ah, yes. Take care, Switch. I'll also do my best to make sure that Otto's eyes don't stray. Winnie, please! Ha! Thanks, Brownwin. You might be my greatest rival in that regard, though. Remember, he's not really his sister. Don't cause any more trouble for Otto. Don't fall off your dragon. Wow, the way you said that almost made it sound like a curse. Perish the thought. Perhaps I would grant you a boon as a token of my goodwill. A boon? Tch! What the? Did you just spit on me? What is this, a tangerine pip? It's a pip I've been taking special care of. By my high honor, that pip and its progeny will grow wherever you would plant them, even that barren desert country of yours. Fruit trees in the desert, huh? Thanks, Echo. That's actually really thoughtful. The delivery could have used some work, though. Before I realized it, the only two people left on the landing stage are Switch and myself. So, Sleeping Beauty is up and about again, eh? Now there's nothing stopping you from coming with me. I'm not falling for that one. Sorry. Hey, I wouldn't have said it if I thought you were gonna jump at a suggestion. You look like you figured something out. Nothing has changed, but I don't feel as though I'm being abandoned anymore. Because I have fate, perhaps. I also have something I'd like to give you, Switch. Here? Why not here? Oh, what are you imagining at a time like this? Whoa. This ain't that kind of visual novel, everybody. Calm down. And Otto, hold your horses, my guy. Ah, well, I was just thinking this is actually the longest we've gone without doing it. I guess you're right. That they really did do it. Memories of Switch's lithe, nubile body, writhing in pleasure beneath mine, suddenly swim through my mind like beautiful rose-colored fish. Sorry, it's censored. As though the weight of the world were just dropped on my shoulders, I crashed to my knees. Otto, exactly how long am I going to have to go without doing it with Switch? Oh no. Oh no. I thought I was ready to say goodbye, but I'm not. I had prepared my heart, yes, but my willpower is still lacking. Irmer, my friend, late friend, you were right all along. We men are really very simple creatures. Otto, are you okay? Switch is crouched down to my level now and peering at my face with a look equal parts concerned and embarrassed. I'm sorry for saying something so weird. I wasn't trying to strike a nerve this time, I promise. Damn it, she's just too cute. I feel stupid for making her worry. I focus on Switch's cute, beautiful face and manage to drag my thoughts up from base animal lust to a purer, more chaste feeling of love. Right, I love Switch. It bears stating. I love her. Her kindness, her liveliness, her dazzling intelligence and imagination, her weird sense of humor and outlandish taste. Even her tactlessness, boastfulness, and narcissistic side are all precious to me. There might be a vein of something ugly and painful inside her too, but I'll accept that as well. She's a ruby with 1,000 facets, or facets. A one-of-a-kind bird of paradise, an ordinary girl of 18. Knowing her physically is just a really a very small part of it. I'll tell this to myself and to my surprise, realize I mean it. Oh wow. This man just ascended. From, oh we get it. He's a mortal man, of course. There are needs that he wants. But he's reason above it. It's all the other things she's giving me that I'm going to struggle to do without. Whatever. Struggle on, young man. I take Switch's hand and stand up, bringing her with me. Then I reach into my pocket and withdraw the rosary. Here, this is what I wanted to give you. I let the chain of beads slide out of my hand and into Switch's cupped palms. This is... As I half expected, she brings it close to her face and gives it her customary appraisal. Prayer beads, huh? Carved out of dragon bone, and these characters, old Casparian, huh? This is old. Old as an ancient artifact old. It's most intriguing. Do you like it? Yes, very much. By the way, what means did you come to acquire such a rare item? I'll have you know it's a trophy of a hard-fought battle. Oh? And you fought this battle for me? I fought for my own sake because I wanted to see you. You really are my knight, Otto. It seems as though I finally earned that promotion. Do you know what the words carved on here mean? My Casparian has a long way to go. Keep at it. Given the context, I assume it's some kind of prayer. Switch reads the mysterious carved characters in her native tongue. Gonna be like some kind of love thingy. If I'm not mistaken, those are the same words you spoke at the conclusion of that story told on the boat. Well remembered. It's a very common saying in Casper, practically a cliche. A translation would go something like, humbled as I am by this world, I forsake all gain and ask only that my journey end where it began. A prayer every weary wanderer has made at least once in their life, I'm sure. In Casparian, these words form a sort of loop, so they're often integrated into circular motifs like this. What's wrong? Am I boring you? I wish I could listen to you ramble on forever, is what I want to say. But it's not possible. I can't always have what I want. I was just thinking... Oh, sorry. Oh, my voice cracked, man. I was just thinking, those are words to live by. I should give you something in return. There are praise of desperation and longing. There are expressions of gratitude too. Thank you, Otto. Thank you. Now close your eyes. Whoa. Before I do, a Switch asks, the last thing I see is her face close to mine, feeding my vision. My boy! My boy has done it! And then I'm rendered speechless. This is what it is, everybody. This is what it is. I can see why Otto gets a little bit... They're both 18, if I'm correct. Both young, but both hormones. Kind of makes sense, especially when she's wearing that outfit. And then I'm rendered speechless. Doesn't matter, I have nothing left to say. At the end. Oh, wait. Oh, there's no achievement yet. Checking. Ooh. Even in the nebulous and uncertain year prior to Queen Brandy's official coronation last month, the Port Authority of Big Beer was apparently carrying on with its business as usual. I wonder if they've even noticed the country's leadership has changed hands. Granny's boat, which I had apparently legally docked, had at some point been seized by some jobless word and impounded at God knows where, with its return to me conditional to the payment of some pretty petty fine. I'd have no trouble paying the fine. It would be an infuriatingly minor sum even if the palace wasn't covering the expense, but that's only assuming I can locate the vessel first. And so I've been spending this baking hot midsummer day, wandering up and down the city's extensive waterfront, trying to do just that. I thought I'd enjoy a break from assisting Winnie with the official duties, that is to say, the mountains of paperwork she's undertaken. But what should have been a small personal errand has proven to be even more stressful and puzzling than a day hunch over my desk in the palace's administrative office. It's gotten to the point where I'm tempted to call it quits, at least for today. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's take another crack at it tomorrow. Maybe it'll get switched to hell. I still catch myself doing that from time to time. She'd be laughing if she could see me now. Excuse me? Oh, I thought it might have been you. Hello? Hiya. Or Hia. Hasn't it been a while? I'm surprised you remembered me. I've had no difficulty remembering that incident. So this is what it means to put one's foot in one's mouth. I should apologize for my actions back then. My rash behavior must have made things worse for you. No, that's not true. When I look back on that moment, I feel it's because you were there that I realized what was happening to me. I ran away from that place after that. I've never returned. Because of me, I can't think what I could have done. It was those beautiful clear eyes of yours. I felt them looking right through me. I can feel myself blushing even though in the sweltering heat. Still, that's a good thing, I suppose. What are you doing out here then? Have you found a new occupation? No, I'm still in the same line of work. I'm just looking out for myself now. Outside of the entertainment quarter, isn't that incredibly dangerous? Yes. Oh, please don't feel guilty. I'm simply following the path fate has laid out for me. Those are strong words, but the person speaking them looks as though she'll break under the slightest touch. I feel like someone is hammering a nail into my chest. So, perhaps if you're not busy, maybe you'd like to, Damn, what a Riz player. Rizzo, not Otto. The girl trails off, coloring up to her ears and averting her face as she pressed her voluptuous chest outwards with her upper arms. The simultaneously innocent and salacious display is too much for my deprived libido to bear. I must be a hair's breadth from dragging her into the shade of the nearest alleyway and having my dirty way with her outrageous body before I just barely rein in the impulse. I'm begging you, please don't tempt me. Oh, I'm very sorry, of course you wouldn't want to, with me. No, it's not like that, but it's only that I already have someone dear to my heart. Oh, that's truly wonderful. That person must be very happy. I hope so. Perhaps I could employ you for something else, however. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for a certain boat. As my gaze drifts demonstratively across the water, it suddenly alights on the very thing I've been looking for all day. Ah, there it is! Over there, that's my boat! Or rather, it's the boat I'm borrowing, you see. I glance back at the girl to find her frozen in place as she'd been turned to stone. That boat! Where did you find it? Well, I didn't find it exactly. A nice old lady living in the ruins of Dashford Village lent it to me. I'm here to see to it that it's returned safely to her. Granny. Granny, you know her? She's I lived in Dashford until I was raised in the war last year. I thought she'd had died. I thought everyone was dead. I had no idea. If I had known, then for what reason did I? The girl falls silent and slowly drops to her knees. After a time, she begins to weep. Her sobs are quiet at first, but they grow steadily in intensity until she's practically shrieking. Her shoulders heaving with exertion as her clenched fist pulls at her dress and pounds against the tear-soaked dirt. Whether she's being released from something or being pulled down into something, I don't know. There's a bottomless pitch-black pit in everyone's heart. Oh, yeah, that's true. That hits hard. There's a bottomless pitch-black pit in everyone's heart. I kneel down before her and pull her pitifully downcast head into my chest. I feel terribly self-conscious and I doubt I'm much of a convert, but it's what she did for me once. And because of that, I was able to raise my head again. You're sure you want to leave right away? Yep, there's no point in hanging around now. You're the only person here I'd want to say goodbye to. This girl is seriously way too charming. My vow of faithfulness to Switch is in jeopardy as long as she's around. It's probably for the best that she's leaving so soon. By the way, Granny also lent my companion some clothes to wear. They're in this here parcel I'm carrying. Might they be yours by any chance? I offered the neatly wrapped parcel to the girl. She takes it from me and carefully opens it, then gives a laugh of delight and beams up at me. That's right, these are mine. She refastens the package and places it in the storage of the little boat, now freed from its bondage and reunited with its true owner. It's just as well I have all this rowing ahead of me. I'm going to have to lose a bit of weight before I can fit into them again. The food in the city is rather too delicious. It's hard to know when to stop, don't you agree? Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Hey. I'm like checking the achievements, they're already. Hey, he's raising up people again. Oh god. My boy. This was one interesting adventure. Is that? Is that Roche? Roche? Hmm. Thank you all for playing. Wow, she's still at her journey. Envelope. Whoa. It's not over, my boy. It's not over. A black storm blew through the country last night. Born in the sea wind, she soon found purchase in the land and began to stomp and clap and rampage about. For just one night, she was uncontested champion. But when I pushed open the door of the welcoming house where I had waited out her reign, there was no trace of her left, only the fair blue sky. Whether she had been carried on to terra incognita or had simply been torn to shreds in the jagged mountains that choke our land, I cannot say. It's your fault. I lost, you know. You were making all that racket. I couldn't concentrate. Ah! As if admonishing me for my accusation or perhaps my poor sportsmanship, a sudden blast of wind descends from the heavens like a falcon, sending my skirts aflap and threatening to pluck the coif of my head. I'm sorry, I was being cheeky. It was my loss. That nice old lady was frighteningly good at chess, after all. I think I'd finally meet my match in an inconspicuous place like this. I must stop by and play her again on the way back. In the years that have passed since I assumed the post of provincial governor, I must have gone up and down this forest road dozens of times. My steed is a reliable fellow who was most patient with me when I was new to riding, and has yet to lead me wrong to this day. There are no major forks, and what few turnings are almost impossible to mistake for the main through way. On top of that, the huge shape of the mountains flanking the valley to the northwest are a constant reference point. Nevertheless, in spite of all these factors, I appear to be quite lost. No matter how much I ride, I cannot seem to reach the edge of the forest. Oh, I want to go home. I want to take a bath. These vain grumblings are swallowed up by the vast silence of the forest. However, as if in reply, I begin to distinguish something on the very edge of my hearing. It sounds like running water and a woman singing? It has done me little good here too at 4, so I throw caution to the wayside and dismount my horse. I leave him to gaze in placid ignorance at the side of the road, and set off in the direction of the mysterious voice. It's gotta be Echo. I'm telling you, man. It's not long before I arrive in a clearing occupied by a meadow of pretty flowers, a beautiful spring, and an equally beautiful woman. Brownman, what a pleasant surprise. Good day, Echo. This person is probably the reason I've been so inexplicably waylaid. I know for a fact that Otto planned the road to steer as far away from the spring as possible, that being her condition for allowing him to go ahead with its construction, and yet I arrived here within minutes of leaving it. I've known her for some time now, and I doubt she means any harm, but spirits act with a morality that doesn't always fall in line with that of us mortals. It's been too long since you've come to see me. Have you been very busy with your work? It's difficult at times, but it's a worthy undertaking. I can safely say this province is now the most illiterate part of the country. That's wonderful. There's nothing I enjoy more than articulate and intelligent company. You changed your hairstyle, I see. What a pity. I do miss the sensation of burying myself in that great, fluffy tangle sometimes. You changed a lot as well. The last time I saw you, we were still about the same height. I really returned to my original super beautiful form. Well, I may have gotten a little more beautiful. It did not take as long as I anticipated either. Perhaps all those efforts to revitalize the valley have also somehow revitalized my forest. At any rate, I feel good and energetic. How is young Otto, by the way? It feels as though I see him even less than I see you these days. I think I'm starting to understand why she's brought me here. Good grief, I've been kidnapped more times as a commoner and a civil servant than I ever was as a princess. I'm afraid I don't see much of him either. As of late, he's been spending all his time doing fieldwork up in the mountains or studying principles of arcane metallurgy in the chief's forge. He's become fascinated with certain properties of the ore that can be found in the valley. He says he's going to write his doctorate thesis on the subject. The other week, he sent my office a lengthy report concluding with a suggestion that we establish a mine up there to increase the province's revenue. A mine? That's just... Oh, just what is that boy thinking? I'm sure he was only playing with the idea, but... Well, I'm on my way to see him now, but I almost feel as though I'm going there for an official meeting rather than spending some quality time with my younger brother. He's a grown man now, I suppose. It's a difficult feeling to process. Well, don't worry about that for now, my dear friend. Here in this forest, you can forget all about the passings of time and the changes it brings. I was just about to take a bath. Would you care to join me? I stare at the fantastically clear water of this spring. It seems to glow with its own subtle light. My sweaty, road-dirty clothes feel almost unbearably uncomfortable. Whatever her motives are, I doubt there's any harm in just taking a little dip. It's not as though it's the first time I've done it. After practically peeling my clothes off, I envy Echo's ability to dismiss hers with a mere thought. Soon enough, however, I'm down to what I was born in. What are you staring at? Still a bit bigger, huh? Eh? Never mind. Let's get in, shall we? We cross the soft grass of the meadow on bare feet and gently lower ourselves down to the cool water. Ah, it's cold, but it feels way too good. I'm going to dissolve. Go on, make yourself comfortable. I feel like I could spend the rest of my life in here. It's not a joke when a human says that. Well, hopefully we won't be kept waiting that long. Roche on Otto, my boy. Damn, she's late. I was so absorbed in a study that I failed to notice, but it's gotten rather dark. Dusk has fallen. Whitney is a punctual person. She should have arrived hours ago. I have my suspicions as to who is likely to be detaining her, but it's too late to do anything about it until tomorrow. Ah, what a pain. To lose a whole day riding to the forest and back. Rising from my cross-legged position as I grumble, I realize too late that my leg has fallen asleep. Sleepy legs. I lose my balance and keel sideways, taking a towering stack of books down with me. With a desperate half-paralyzed lunge, I manage to catch the deceptively small volume on top of the pile before it plunges into the flames of the hearth. Or hearth? Flames of the hearth. Is that correct? I've always been curious. Is it hearth? Hearth.
Hearth.
Hearth. Hearth. Okay. Taking its innumerable mysteries with it. I give another start when I remember it's on loan. If I were to carelessly destroy it, the retribution I would suffer from the university would put me 6 feet under. It's at this moment that the doors bang open and an ugly gargoyle-like face appears around it. You in here, Doc? I told you to stop calling me that. I know, man. I only do it because it gets on your nerves. What are you doing down there anyway? Roche takes in my strangely arrayed form with an amused expression. Just doing some stretches before going to bed for my back, you know. What are you doing here? Oh yeah, get a load of this, man. It's shown up again. What has? The ghost at the foot of the mill. It's all anyone's been talking about recently. I'm pretty sure they're talking about whether or not you're losing your mind. Wait, what were you doing in the mill at this time of night? I swear, if you've been stealing flour again, It wasn't me who saw it this time. It was Timon. Timon and Pumbaa. You know, Ramon's brother. Ah, so someone other than you has seen it now, eh? Maybe it's worth investigating after all. Right? Wait, what's that supposed to mean? Anyway, you're the expert on all that weird magical shit, right? Go and check it out. Hey, better check some stuff out. I step out of my musty hovel into the cool evening air. The stiff breeze feels as though it's blowing away the dust that's been accumulating between my ears. In the western sky, there remains still a faint band of pink, but it looks as though most of the village has turned in for the night. Unlike Roche, they've been working hard since the crack of dawn. Cloudless sky on the night of the new moon. The stars are going to be sensational. Nights like these are your favorite, I seem to recall. Are you looking up at the sky right now? There's no reply to my enquiry, only the sobering murmur of the wind. Ah, the windmill. I give a small laugh at my own expense for this overly wistful notion and look across the lake to the mill, which is now turning smoothly as it has done for some years now. To my surprise, there really is someone standing there. It can't be. I break into a limping run, rounding the bank of the lake as swiftly as I can, not taking my eyes away from the apparition lest it should disappear. I haven't had to do that in a while. Taking a better look at the figure, I can only scratch my head as to why I had mistaken her for Switch. My lonely old mind must be playing tricks on me. But still, there's something strangely familiar about this unfamiliar visitor. She looks to be a girl around Ramon's age, but this air of haughtiness she's projecting and this prickling sensation in the back of my neck. A newly born earth spirit. Not from the forest, however, but from the valley itself? I'm filled with a sense of pure wonderment at the boundless mystery of this world. Until this worthy sentiment is unexpectedly blindsided by a truly pathetic and self-serving worry. That is, I hope she hasn't come to take me to task for the experiments and surveys I've been conducting. I have a feeling I'll be getting enough of that from Echo the next time we meet. Suddenly, the young spirit breaks her fixed gaze away from the turning wheel to stare unblinkingly at me instead. Ready or not, it's showtime. I smile in what I hope is a kindly, non-threatening manner and dip into the most graceful bow my hunch and lopsided posture can muster. Good evening, young lady. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company on this fine night? I'm laying it on a bit thick. I know, but on the whole, spirits are prideful sorts who seems to respond positively to excessive deference on the part of humans. Tell me, human, what is this large machine? What, the mill? The mill. By what means does it turn? And for what purpose does it do so? Tell me. Once again, I've been thoroughly humbled by my own pettiness. There isn't a shred of hostility I had wrongfully anticipated in the child's clear eyes. The only fire that blazes there is a silent flame of curiosity, a fresh and unquenchable desire to know what is. I find a smile on my face again, but this time it's a real one. Good grief, you're just full of questions, aren't you? Why don't we start by introducing ourselves? In this land surrounded by mountains like the jaws of a great beast, where a fine wind turns the wheel unceasing, the grind goes on. But what I mean does it turn? Alright, I checked it. That was the end of the game, everybody. Hopefully you liked the game and watch my other videos, I guess. If you liked it, I guess you reached up to the end. Skim through it. It's a long video. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's the ending. That's the epilogue. I'm just hoping that Otto meets... Oh, it's kind of difficult, right? It would be a long time till they meet. Hella long. Other than that, thank you for... I know, I want to end this on a good note. It kind of ended on a bittersweet, hopeful thing, right? So, subscribe, like, comment, as I said. Hopefully everyone's doing alright. See you in another video. Bye.